How dodge attack? How do? How do? How who what how do?
I was shocked.
Oh! It automatically saves here. Cool. I'm just gonna skip all this. Okay, running around in circles can avoid it. Let's see. Okay, let's run around in circles. Like this kind of circles? I'm just gonna run around in circles some more. You know, you'd expect it to do some swooping attacks on me. Jesus, how much health does this thing have? Oh, you are... No! No! Okay. Let's go right. I feel like turning to the right this time. Alright, oh my... Okay, that nearly hit me. How much health does this guy have? Okay, I don't think I'm actually getting him there. I'll wait until the next cycle. This might go badly. No idea if I'm hitting with this weapon. The shotgun, it was obvious. So I pointed straight up. This one, not so much. Jesus Christ, how much health does this guy have? Okay, round in circles. He's obviously getting low because he's not using... He's using the lighting more often. Oh! I got it! Wait, is he got... Is that what I think? Is those... Are those... think I won. Did I win? I'm not sure. The boss has more health the more ammo you have. There's a cheap people know where if you unload all your guns. Yada yada yada. That's just wow. Okay. Oh hey, even Kaufman survived. Good on him. Or not. That was a dick. Fuck him. Did. Okay, so that was Silent Hill 1. It's pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good. But the one thing I said when I finished Resident Evil 1 was that the problem with Resident Evil 1 was that it aged terribly. This surprisingly has stood the test of time. I mean, there's a few things on it that's a bit old and clunky about it. That's gonna happen, but for the most part, you can probably just fix those tiny little problems and re-release the entire game again, and it still hold out. It definitely holds out. I mean, as long as you keep that atmosphere in there and such. Like the controls, for example, I'm not the biggest fan of tank controls, but this was a lot more refined than say like Resident Evil 1 was just clunky. Resident Evil 1 was just flat out clunky as hell. It wasn't fun. This one, it definitely responded a lot better. It was still a little bit, the turning was a little bit, when running was a little bit, what you can say now, Takayashi Seto, he actually did all of the animation stuff by himself. Anyway, yeah, Silent Hill 1, I actually think you could just give them HD models, HD textures, maybe make the controls a bit more responsive, and voice actors though, because the voice acting was kind of, it was actually okay, but it wasn't like super amazing, like some of the pacing of it and such. Yeah, no, this was generally a good game. It was definitely scary, it was definitely tense. It did get me on a few points, and the points, I mean, when I was playing this right near the beginning, in the school, like, just that exposure to it nearly made me sick with fear, and that's actually a good thing. If something is scaring you to the point where you're feeling sick, that's actually a good thing. That means that the game is doing its job well. And I think that's the thing. It does its job well with the atmosphere, because you can make a game scary with jump scares all you want. That is easy to do. Anyone can do it, and there's nothing bad in jump scares. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there's anything bad in jump scares. Jump scares can work. Jump scares can be good, but also being able to nail down the atmosphere is a crucial part in. So if you're not going to just handle jump scares, you have to make that atmosphere work, and the game does do that. It definitely works on the. It definitely has that good atmosphere, and that's also down to the fact that they actually were smart in. Because, like, okay, I know I keep comparing Resident Evil 1 and Silent Hill 1, but those two, like, made the. And then they got married. The end. Oh, let me guess. This is animation bloopers, isn't it? Oh no, this is just a credit roll. Gotcha. I don't know. It looks like it is. Yeah, it looks like it's just a credit roll. Yep, credit roll from the Okay, so as I was saying, the difference is with Resident. Oh, I get the gag reel. With Resident Evil 1. It's not hard to do CG by hand. In fact, a lot of anything that is. Oh, that's a lesson. I don't think I ever saw it. CG with a lesson. Anyway, yeah, no, doing the CG by hand is actually very common now. They only do motion capture for stuff where they just done it around like anything like that. Anyway, the thing is with Silent Hill 1 and Resident Evil 1 is that Silent Hill 1 clearly have these technical limitations of the PlayStation 1 to their advantage, with the whole fog thing and such, and the whole darkness level of things. But with Resident Evil 1, they clearly didn't know how to make use of the technical limitations, so they just made everything like really clunky. I don't know if that was a deliberate design choice or if it was just, an actual design choice. But, I mean, that's... Oh. Let me see. How did I do? Game clear once. Yes, saves. 41 saves. Ha. Fuck you. I could have gotten the perfect 40, but I saved instead. Continues. I died 7 times. It took me 5 hours to complete. I walked 5 kilometers. I ran 15 kilometers. I found 148 out of 204 items. I defeated more enemies with my shooting style. And I don't know if I got 3 or if I got 13. Maybe I got 3 out of 10. It could have been 3 out of 10. I don't know. I would have preferred just like an A rank or a B rank or a C rank. I got 13. I got 13 out of 20. Hey, I did better than average. Anyway, back to what I'm trying to say here. The difference here is that Silent Hill 1, the reason why I don't think it has aged poorly, why I still think that it could work as a game in today's day and age, is the fact that they understood the limitations of the hardware that they had to work with, and they were able to utilize things around it, the fog and such, the whole idea, and to prevent it from being cheap, like, oh, I couldn't see that enemy anywhere. They had like the radio, which you could turn on and off depending. One thing I also like as well is you get so much ammo in this, and the thing is, a lot of people in horror would say that's a bad thing. It's like, oh, you need to learn to run away. It's like, well, no. Here's the thing. you need a fine balance of the ability to fight back and the ability to, escape. If you have too much of one and not enough of the other, then it kills the experience, because it's like, well, why don't you just go guns blazing? Or, it's a balance thing. Like, one problem with Resident Evil 1, at least I find, is that unless you play the game a ton of times, you are going to always run into ammo issues, because you're always going to have to run and shoot at the enemies. That's a problem with Resident Evil 1. In Silent Hill 1, barring a few sections, aka the Grey Children, you can pretty much run past every single enemy. Yeah, you can run past pretty much every single enemy and kill a select few, so you can save the weapons for bosses. And that's a good thing. Like, it gives you options, and it doesn't like... I mean, a lot of people say that, you should be going in for... There's nothing smart in locking out the, other people. Like, with me in horror, I don't know how you do horror stuff, okay? I don't know the whole getting away from enemies and, sidestepping and inventory management. But Silent Hill 1, while not only being a scary game, it appealed more to me because, again, I'm a big dumb idiot who focuses on going the guns blazing route, but it also, gave me a slow, nudge. It's like, here, you can do this and dodge the enemies, or here, you've got this weapon which has unlimited ammo. It's called a pipe, and such. And that's a thing. I think Silent Hill, compared to Resident Evil 1, and yes, it is mentioned that, this came out in 1999, Resident Evil 1 came out in 1996, so it was obviously 3 years for the formula to get fixed up and such. But Silent Hill 1, again, not only is it a scarier game than Resident Evil 1, but it's a better designed game. It took the stuff that Resident Evil 1 had and worked on it. They made it so that the camera wasn't as annoying. There were a few points where the camera really pissed me off, but of course, they had the little bump where it's like, oh, we'll play it behind you, or we'll have it show the bits which you can't see. And that's great. Whereas Resident Evil 1 was just like, you can't see anything, fuck you. As I said, it had better atmosphere than Resident Evil 1. Again, the whole fog thing, which some games use similarly, like Tomb Raider 1, Tomb Raider 2, well, Tomb Raider 1 specifically kind of did that. But, obviously they never went as far as Silent Hill 1 did. So, again, Silent Hill 1, it took to me it looks like they took the things that people didn't like in Resident Evil 1 and got rid of them or changed them so that they work. As I said, the fixed camera, they fixed that with the whole, being able to look behind and much wider camera views. So, if there's a bit you can't see, you can just press a button and you'll be able to see that area. And, for 2, again, it's scarier than Resident Evil 1. I keep saying it over and over again. Resident Evil 1, you could replace the enemies with clowns, and it'd just be as scary. It's just... That's how it's going to be. And just... I'm just going to keep going around in circles if I say this. Silent Hill 1 is a much better designed game. It's a good game. It's well designed. It could work in today's climate. I'm not saying that because, modern horror games are terrible now, they're just action shooters. Because honestly, let's just be honest here. I could have gone guns blazing if I wanted to. I could have just taken my handgun, and I could have went, and I could have shot every single enemy, and still had plenty of ammo left to spare with just my handgun. So this could very well have been an action shooter. Not to mention the whole thing where you can move about while shooting in this one and such. This could work as an action shooter or as a horror game. And that's one of the reasons why it's a much better designed game. Because it gives options to the player. Just because your game is based on a genre does not mean that, you've got that option. Deus Ex is a prime example about that. It's pictured as a first-person shooter, but if you want, you can actually treat it like a stealth game if you wanted to. You can treat it as, a more melee-based thing if you want. And that's the thing. Just because a game has got that genre does not mean it can't take traits from another genre. The only problem with horror games in today's climate is that they focus a bit too much on the action genre. There's nothing wrong with a horror game having a ton of shooting in it. Again, this is a prime example. You have to kill bosses with guns. You have enough ammo to kill pretty much every enemy with guns, or you can just smash the shit out of them. But, so, to say that it could work in this climate, it could work. It could definitely work. Because it works with the atmosphere, and again, it has an action shooter stuff for people like me, people who aren't good with horror, that prefer to go guns blazing when we go the nuclear option when we get scared. we just kill everything around us, and then we're not scared anymore. So yeah, overall, I honestly think, are those like items I missed, like the fuel can, the drill, the pendant, and the chainsaw? Or is that gonna like give me a choice of what I can take? I don't know what the hell any of them would do. Or maybe I unlock them all. I don't know. But that's the thing. On who would like this, who wouldn't like this? Anyone who's into horror would like this. Anyone who's into action games, like the third-person action games, they'd probably like this as well, because, again, it gives those players that option. They can go guns blazing if they want. There is no wrong way to play it. You don't have to run around just smacking people with the pipe, but at the same time, you don't have to go around shooting people with the gun. It's just got that freedom. So yeah, this is literally for people who can... Yeah, pretty much anyone who is into like shooters or horror games can probably get into this. Although I will actually say, I will say one big complaint, and I know it's because of my own stupidity part of the time, but I'm still going to complain about it because obviously this is my opinion. The way the difficulty of the puzzles are is stupid. This is what I mean. There is nothing wrong with a hard puzzle in a game, but a good thing to do with a game is to have the easy puzzles at the start, and then you gradually move on to the tougher ones. The tablet puzzle where you need those 6, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those 8 like tablets, to that poem. That was an easier puzzle. But then you got the piano puzzle. I'm sorry, the piano puzzle should have been much further on in the game, and the tablet puzzle probably should have been at the front instead. And then, of course, you got the puzzles that stupidly deceive you. Like the one with the, animals. It's like, you're using zodiac symbols here. You had Libra, you had Cancer, you had Capricorn, you had Gemini, and such. You're naturally going to think, when you're my age, you're going to think the star signs. And that's a little bit unfair deceiving-wise. I don't think that's... Again, you're fine having hard puzzles, there's nothing wrong with that. But deceiving you in those puzzles to deliberately make them tougher is significantly... I don't know, that feels like artificial difficulty to me. I might be in the minority for this. Apparently I'm in the majority when it comes to the piano puzzle, though. I'm thinking the piano puzzle is fucking bullshit. Yeah, I will say this, though. Worst area in Silent Hill 1, the bit which I really didn't like was the school. Because you had the fucking grade children, which was really, really tough to kill and was nearly impossible to run past. So it was a damn-you-do, damn-you-don't, so you just had to tank your way through it. And it had the goddamn piano puzzle in there. It's just... If they ever make a Silent Hill 1 re-release, I want them to remake the entire fucking school. Take the piano puzzle into the hospital instead, and put the tablet thing there. And for God's sakes, get rid of the grade children. Or make them not be so grabby-grabby. So, in conclusion, Silent Hill 1, great designed game, has aged quite well, has a few rough areas, such as, the grade, the school section, the controls are a little bit on the funky side, and overall I could see it working, since you ranked. Oh! Those are things I've unlocked? Chainsaw, drill, gasoline, and a pendant. Wait, isn't that pendant for the UFO ending? Don't I have to use it in 5 different areas and then I get the UFO ending? Is that what I think it is? I'm gonna assume that's what it is. Pendant for... Oh, okay. So I know what the chainsaw is about. It's obviously a melee weapon. I'm probably gonna assume it's an overpowered melee weapon. What about the gasoline and the drill? Oh, they're just fun weapons. Are they like overpowered? Are they like deliberate overpower weapons? Basically. And what about the gasoline? But before we do that, I'll just wrap it up for the YouTube people here. So yeah, summary for those on YouTube. Definitely a good game. Definitely one that worth getting. So thank you everyone on YouTube that watched it, and I'll catch you all next time. I'm gonna keep talking to the stream though, because why the hell not? Okay. Oh yeah, over here. I mean, everyone, some people grab their asses and give a nice squeeze, don't they, every now and then? Do they? No. 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 Good. Me neither. That's weird.